Give thanks for our Christ kingdom. Give thanks for our gods and goddesses.
So as I always culture people or teach them or culture them up, that is the Rastaman way of speaking. Not to stick around things that doesn't suit proper moral or not a good seed to be sown in the field of the mind. Why should you stick around toxicity or toxicity things or toxic things? Nah. Remember, the mind pattern of thoughts. Understand? They are memory in the brain, also within the soul. Now, everything that you do in life, you got to live to receive the legacy of that action. Just like you say, let's use just as basic as or as broad as slavery. When the ancestors them couldn't gather, they couldn't go to school, they couldn't, do certain things that will help develop their children's standard. Right? They were held in servitude, and then the legacy of that slavery. For the slave master, they received the benefits of riches. For I and I, we receive a lot of ignorance. So you see the legacy of slavery, what it does to our people. Same way, when you are among friendship or people or place that is toxic, relationship, whatever, you are trying to suit the person by trying to see if you can allow them or you can change them. Nah. Once you're toxic and you, within your subconscious, desire to live with that toxic relationship or toxic atmosphere for that moment, and you keep going for over a period of time, you're going to have to live the legacy of that action. And within the legacy lies sometimes dementia, stress, depression, and many other things. So when it presents itself to be toxic, you're supposed to try to escape, because the mind gonna retain that, and then they are going to have the front benefit of you being there trying to make them a better person or trying to make it a better situation, while you are receiving the side effect of their toxic waste. And remember, the soul of inward senses, faith, fortitude. So when it moves from those surface senses and go deeper into that soul sense, it gone deeper down into your soul and your personality knowing. And then you're wondering, look at the person that you becomes. Now it going to take a priest like I and I, or another great sage who passed by to repair your breach now, to cast the line of reality with a hook of sensitivity with some spiritual bait on it, and sitting there for a period of time, because it doesn't happen in one day, hoping that you can bite on it so we can fish that out from inside of you and set you back on a clear track so you can be given back to yourself, thinking as a standard and a normal person. or human being, and not the human being that your sensual self has led you down into a deep mirror to becomes. That's the legacy of it. That's the legacy you're gonna live. And that legacy, as I say, is a side effect. While it has gone with the front benefit of your goodness. Remember, mind is something that you're trained. It's a pattern of thoughts. So each time you're in a toxic situation, your thoughts pattern gonna align to that toxic situation. And then it gonna becomes your mind. You see that? Just look deep into it. So why stand there? Why you even start to entertain it? Once your inner guide, which is your God self, your self of self, crystallize the problem that you know and feel that this is what you are trying not to be a part of. And you decide to push it aside and say, you're going to try it out. You just defeat yourself and defeat your purpose. Because you didn't deserve that. You never deserved that one bit. But you compromise to go and find out what hell is. And don't realize that once it becomes routine, it becomes mind. And the law of attraction chips in right there. That is where you attract. And then the legacy from that, because you have to be a legacy from that, is what you're going to reap and live for a period of time, and then gonna keep attracting. It's like it's a running decimal. You keep building up. And you find yourself have to go through some psychotherapy to clear something that you could have easy well stopped. Once you see it happen once, twice, thrice, that's how you lose your mind and yourself and your personality. In order for not do that, you don't let it escape and you accept it. Once you accept it, the other person is transferring to you and you are transferring to them. So you give away yourself and take their self. So as I say, give away your personality to them, take your personality, and then you become the victim. You need a rescuer. So in order to save all of that, stop it right in the track and remember that, these laws is going to affect me. The law of attraction, the law of mentality, these laws are going to play a very big role in your life now. Because you're reaping somebody else's mentality that you don't want. And you condescend to develop a mentality of supporting and embracing this toxicity. And while you do that, then you're gonna have a warped personality. Your mind gonna be warped. Don't accept it. Don't entertain it. Because as I said, the law of the mentality, that everything is mental, you're gonna become mental that way. And once you become mental that way, you're gonna attract everything that is on the frequency of that mentality. This is a reality. Save your mind. Save yourself. Most High / Jah Rastafari.